Strike against Bethnal.
Well, there he is, the Sligo Kid, as he calls himself. Vince Feeney, 23 years of age, looking to get back into some sort of championship contention, having lost a fight for the WBC International Bantamweight title against Willie Perdomo of the Dominican Republic last December. Stopped on his feet in the 6th round, up against Peter Buckley of Birmingham here, that well-travelled campaigner, tonight in his 85th fight. And a funny thing happened in the last one, you know. He won in the 1st round, Buckley. And the most surprised man in the arena, I reckon, was Peter Buckley himself, as he beat Matt Brown in the 1st round. Now, I wonder if that might just change his outlook a little bit. This durable and very knowing and crafty journeyman Buckley, who is one of only 2 men to go the distance with Prince Nassim Hamed. Buckley on the right of your picture. He's the one with the sort of crew cut.
Feeney trying to make an all-action start. He really wants to get in there, but Buckley's seen it all before. Very, very experienced.
Has this kind of crisscross defense, Buckley, which makes it very difficult to get punches through.
And Feeney's doing the right thing. He's got to really try and swarm all over this man, take the fight out of Buckley. Just keep the pressure on and try and pick up the points.
These two fought over 8 rounds last November. Feeney winning on points. Couldn't stop Buckley then. And this time over 4 rounds, the smart money might be on him failing to stop him again. It would be where my money might be here. What about you, Glenn?
Yes, you would expect that. Feeney, much the busier man, he's the one that's scoring points. It's just whether Buckley is getting anything from any confidence from his last win, whether he intends to be a braver fighter and really go for it this time. We've seen him many times before, and he's very much the experienced journeyman who's never going to do enough to win, but not try and get hurt.
Yes, you get the feeling with Buckley, though, that the little tap marked ambition was switched off a long time ago, don't you?
Yes. Yes, you do. He's very much the journeyman, but he's always, he always gives promoters their money's worth. He's always there and always gives fighters a test.
Looks after himself well, too. Very well known inside the trade, if not out of it. 84 fights. He's won exactly a quarter of them and lost 58. And often in those fights, it has to be said, he's been largely in earn a pay packet survival mode.
Yes, as he appears to be in this 1st round. Feeney, much the busier man.
Welcome back. We're at the York Hall Bethnal Green tonight, and if you've just switched on and are waiting to see Colin McMillan, sorry, you've missed him. He's won his final eliminator for the Commonwealth featherweight title, stopping Trust and Love of Zimbabwe in the 7th round. But the live action goes on here, and Vince Feeney from Ireland, wearing the kind of tricolour style skirt, I guess you'd describe it as, up against Peter Buckley, the Midlander, in his 85th professional contest. It's only due to go 4 rounds, this one.
And Feeney just has to do the same thing. I suppose he'd look to get the stoppage over Buckley. That would be impressive, but I think he'll be looking to win on points and just keep the work rate for him.
Good left uppercut inside there from that stocky little southpaw Feeney. Had cuts damage in his last fight, 3 cuts over the eyes when he outpointed Brendan Bryce in a 6th rounder at Dagenham. He's been out since then. That'll be a worry for the camp. Just trying to rebuild his career after that setback against Perdomo for the WBC International title. Buckley just a little more active in this 2nd round.
Well, Feeney trying to get in close, trying to do all of the work, look for the uppercut. And Buckley, as usual, had hands held high, just trying to keep him up, keep the guard high, not get hurt.
Taking so many on the gloves as usual, Buckley. He is, in fact, the only man to have fought Prince Nassim Hamed twice as a professional, losing on points the first time and stopped on his feet in the fourth round the second time. Very busy as always, Feeney. All action, little pressure fighter.
As he tries just to keep busy, seems to lack a thunderous punch, but just tries to make up with a good work rate.
Good left hook there from Buckley. That made Feeney think of it. Buckley just showing there what he can do when the mood just takes him. It doesn't take him that often, though, aggressively.
It doesn't. Very, very rare. But he did have a little bit of success with the left hook. And it's good to see him try and throw some punches and push Feeney back.
Feeney, who's based at Hinckley in Leicestershire, very fit man. He apparently can run a half marathon in 1 hour and 25 minutes. That's going some. Just another round to add to the hundreds that Buckley has already clocked up. There's one of boxing's real characters there, Norman Knopps, in the corner with him. Still only 27. Now, how many is he going to get to by the end of his professional career?
Well, if he keeps winning in one round as he did in the last one, it might be a bit hard to get matches, so he maybe doesn't want to do too much of that. But good work from Feeney. He's putting the pressure on. And just a little bit too busy for Buckley. Buckley had a little bit of success, you see, just landed with the left hook there, and again rocked the head back of Feeney, but he didn't really capitalize on that, and he went back into survivor mode.
Feeney, body shots landed 32 to Buckley's none, according to the computer. Third round, it's only due to go 4. Feeney with 11 wins out of 16 so far. He's lost 4 times, usually when he's been stepped up in class. The defeat against Willie Perdomo, Neil Swain beat him, although he did beat Swain in a rematch, and Peter Colshaw, the current Commonwealth flyweight champion, also with a victory over Feeney, who's caught again by Buckley's good left hook there. And the right hand, and Buckley suddenly grows in ambition in this third round.
Well, it's just a 4-rounder. You would expect to see Buckley picking up the pace, try and have a good finish here. He's proved he can catch Feeney when he throws the left hook, but he's got to be busier.
Buckley hasn't won 2 fights in a row since 1991. Our statisticians can quickly reveal. Is he about to break that sequence? He's certainly behind here at the moment, isn't he?
Yes, I think all of the rounds are going Feeney's way. He's the busier man. Buckley just hasn't really done enough. And Feeney's throwing the punches and he's connecting. He just lacks the power to push Buckley back. See Buckley center the ring, making Feeney do all the work.
Buckley goes for a little walkabout, looks down at the canvas, gives himself a kind of 5-second timeout almost. See, people would look at Buckley's record, and some of them might recoil in the horror who didn't know the sport too well and say, oh, he shouldn't be in the ring, he shouldn't be fighting. But this guy knows how to look after himself, and very well too in there.
Very much so, and he's given good fighters a tough fight. You see, he took Nassim Hamed the distance. So, you know, he knows how to carry himself in the ring, and you know, promoters need fighters like this who are going to test their up-and-coming fighters.
Got through with a good left hand there, Feeney, over the top of that guard that time. Buckley does get through with his right hand, but he just does work in spasms, and the left hook as well. Just in little cameos, Buckley having his successes, but unfortunately for him, that's all they are. It's almost got the feel of a gym workout at times, this, hasn't it, quite honestly?
Yes, at times you will in Buckley to do a little bit more, because you think he's capable of more. Certainly showed in his last fight with a one-round KO win, which he was very surprised about, but he got the job done. But you just want him to do more. You know, he knows how to survive. He knows, and you know, that's his game. He wants to take the man the distance. He wants to keep getting purses.
Feeney with a 40% success rate with his punches, Buckley 23%. Feeney's ahead on points. Don't forget, on Sky Sports, we've got a big one coming up for you. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. from Las Vegas. It's Mike Tyson against Bruce Seldon. You'll only see that on Sky Sports, and it's repeated on Sunday night as well if you miss it on Sunday morning. Glenn McCrory and I are off tomorrow morning on the long flight. Fourth and last round. Vince Feeney on the left of your picture from Sligo in Ireland. And Peter Buckley, the much-travelled campaigner. Feeney will have taken all 3 rounds so far, Glenn.
Yes, he's much the busier man. He's landing with all the punches. And Buckley now just getting a bit brave.
Got him with a good left hook, and Buckley's going for it now. Suddenly in this last round, he got through with another good right hand. Now this is what Buckley can do when he puts his mind to it. And another left hook. Suddenly Buckley's decided he might try and take Feeney out. So this is interesting all of a sudden. No longer the exhibition stuff we've been watching really for the first 3 rounds.
But he got out of trouble well, Feeney, and now he's starting to land some punches. But I think all because Buckley has just stopped his work rate. Certainly fights just in spasms. But he had a good little spell at the beginning of the round.
It was almost as if Buckley had said there, I'm getting a bit bored with this now. Let's have a real fight.
Well, it's like it's the last round now. I'm going to give you a bit more work.
He really got through with some good punches, Buckley, but can he sustain that? Or has he abandoned the assault? Kind of looks like it.
Feeney just trying to stay out of trouble now. Use the ring a little bit. Try and pick Buckley off from long range.
He was nearly caught with that left hand there. Buckley just swayed out of the way. It whistled past the end of his nose. Tell you what, I bet Buckley's arms don't half ache the morning after his fights. He takes so many on the arms.
Yes, he has a good guard. Knows how to look after himself. Keeps the hands up nice and high. Where you'll probably find the sort of fighter he is. He'll have a clock in his head. He'll know when we're coming up to about 30 seconds. And I think he'll give it a last-ditch effort.
Yes, I bet all experienced pros could do that. I bet blindfold, if you told them to judge 3 minutes, they'd all get it to within about 3 or 4 seconds.
Yes, and he's very, very experienced. So I think we may just see a little burst of activity at the finish.
Feeney will at least be pleased here that he hasn't sustained any more cuts damage as he did in his last fight. Feeney just smiling across the ring at Buckley there. There's a good spirit between the two fighters. They've just tapped each other's gloves at the end of each round. Almost got to the stage with Buckley where people know what he's like. They treat him with a kind of reverence. Look at that between the two men at the end. It's pretty good to see. And Feeney has won it, as he assuredly did. Ken Curtis lifting his and big smile on his face, takes his record to 12 wins against 4 defeats and a draw, and Buckley is beaten for the 59th time, but does he care? Not very much, really.
No, I don't think it'll be long before he's at work again, you know, and he'll be happy with that. But a good little win for Feeney.
Just the computer rather underlining Feeney's superiority in terms of punches landed, but a heck of a lot more didn't land. A heck of a lot more hit that crisscross guard of Buckley. And Feeney is the winner. Here's the margin.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ken Curtis' scorecard reads: for Buckley, 38.5 points. For Feeney, 40 points. Your winner, the Sligo Kid, Vince Feeney.
3 rounds to Feeney, 1 scored even. And Feeney gets the win that he would be expecting in the rematch with Peter Buckley.